When I first heard about the chance to be able to get one of these in every car, I was actually really excited. At the time, I believe we only had 5 or 6 for all of our patrol officers.
Well, I was pretty excited because I've been actually trying to get my hands on an AED in my car before this came available to us.
The new AEDs that we have, I believe, are night and day ahead of where they were before, in that being in every car, they're easier for the officers to use.
So you don't have any backup essentially when you're a rural troop. So anytime you respond to any kind of crash or anything like that, you're usually the first one on scene for quite some time before somebody else gets there to help you out. I patrol a lot of rural area, and a lot of times I'm able to get to the scene or the location before even our ambulance crew is. So it's a lot of peace of mind knowing that I have that tool in the car with me.
So I work in a very rural area, southwest Montana. The Beaverhead Deer Lodge National Forest, where I particularly work, is 3.5 million acres. It's bigger than the 3 smallest states we have in our country. And getting to those folks in a timely manner within just a few minutes of them going into cardiac arrest with an AED could very well save their life.
The quicker we can get any care coming into that person raises the ability to save somebody's life exponentially.
And a lot of times cops are the first ones on scene, and being able to have that tool and be able to use it gives all the advantage in the world to be able to hopefully save as many people as you can.
So an AED, or an automatic external defibrillator, really it's a invaluable piece of life-saving equipment where for police and law enforcement we can have it in our cars, and in doing so we can pull out the AED, bring it on scene, and in conjunction with CPR we can connect that to the individual that needs help and possibly render life-saving measures much quicker than just sitting there waiting for advanced life care to arrive.
A tone came out on our computer. We looked at the call, and it was a call of a semi on fire. And he told me that the driver of the vehicle was having a medical emergency and needed some attention in that way. So I was riding in the passenger seat. I hopped out and climbed up into the semi, and the driver of the truck was slumped over. I didn't see that he was breathing, but I reached up to grab a pulse on him, and I realized then and there I needed to pull him out of the truck. So I started compressions immediately. I had my trainee grab the AED that was in the back seat of my patrol car. Once he had the AED out, we stopped compressions, put the pads on him, and I think we ended up shocking him 4 times before we were done. Well, if it wasn't for us having that in the car, we would have had to wait 20 minutes for an ambulance to be there. So the minute probably meant that guy's life. It was actually really neat to be able to utilize it and have a positive outcome with it.
You know, ultimately, I believe it gives us the advantage to be able to provide care quicker, and also the simplicity of the new devices, I believe, makes it easier for officers to use.
The AEDs that we carry are just pretty much plug and play. You open them up, and if you can look at the pictures, you can probably apply the AED.
So in the event of a cardiac event or where somebody's doing CPR, we'll pull out our AED, and we'll start administering it. To do so, we'll bring it out, we'll open it up first. So you got your outer case, and then you open it up, here's your actual AED unit, and then we open this guy up and it tells you exactly what to do.
Adult mode. Remove all clothing from patient's chest.
Don't be afraid to use it. It's super simple to use. You just open the lid, turn it on, follow the instructions, and you really can't mess anything up. So if it's going to make the difference between you actually being able to help somebody in your career or not help somebody in a substantial way, I would definitely recommend turning the machine on and utilizing it.
You know, I would love to be able to reach out and personally be able to tell the Helmsley Charitable Trust Foundation that I truly am thankful, and I know all the officers are in Bozeman and the community is as well, that they were able to provide us with such life-saving equipment and the training that comes with it.
So the advantage of having the AED in my car is the difference between somebody's life being saved or not being saved.
And we'll keep moving through the process of turning the AED on, listening to what it says, doing what it says, following the instructions, and then waiting for advanced care to come. And we'll just keep going until they come, because we don't stop.